The mission of the Marine Band, of course, is to provide music for the President of the United States and the Commandant of the Marine Corps. But the Marine Band also has a very long tradition of being involved in music education. The band used to perform concerts for kids in the DC area who were bused in to Marine Barracks, Washington. That program then morphed into our current programs of the music in the schools and music in the high schools, which is where we send musicians out into the local schools to perform educational programs for kids in the DC area. And when I took a look at these programs when I became an assistant director, I thought these were fantastic, but there was something missing for me. And it was a substantial formal concert for families as part of our winter-spring concert series. So I decided to do an experiment and launch a young person's concert. We did this in 2006, and the theme was American Time Machine. And the idea was to take the audience on a trip through American history by way of certain music that would highlight some of the people, places, and events that have made our country special. The concert was a success, even though it was an experiment, and so I decided to try to make this an annual event. And we've been doing young people's concerts every year, essentially from 2006 to the present. And this year we are going with Sound Off. The title of this concert featuring the Marine Band has a double meaning. Sound Off is a military term for a musical showcase, a musical demonstration. But in this case, it also means that we are going to turn the sound off. I have long been fascinated in with the idea of trying to communicate what is it about music that makes it work, that makes it special, that conveys certain emotions. And so I thought, why not just take it away altogether so that we can come to a better appreciation of how important music is in our lives. So at the beginning of the concert this year, the music goes away. The band actually leaves the stage mid-performance and leaves me out there with nothing, no sound at all. And then we start to build music back up from the ground up. So we start with melody, we add harmony, we add rhythm, and then finally talk about form, which are four of the most important elements or ingredients of music. The selections on this program run the gamut. There are really important, beautiful pieces of music by Debussy, by Gustav Holst, and they're mixed in with some more familiar and slightly sillier pieces like SpongeBob SquarePants and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And the idea is to put this music through a little bit of a washing machine and see what comes out on the other side. Try to draw connections between music that we hear on the radio every day and that we're very familiar with, or music we hear in the movies or see on TV, and pieces that we may not be as familiar with, but that are the great pieces in the classical repertoire. On the second half of the program, we're going to go through a series of musical experiments, using different lighting techniques, putting music to film, having the kids draw pictures to what they hear. And the idea is to see just how powerful music can be in changing our perceptions. And so let's say the stage is a certain color. Well, what does that color mean? Just in and of itself, it can mean something, but if you apply different pieces of music to it, it changes the perception of what that color means. If we're watching a movie or a film of some sort, the tone of that film, the meaning of that film can completely change simply by changing the music. And so we're going to try to demonstrate that in a live experiment fashion and see, with kids coming up on stage and experiencing this in real time, see exactly what they think about these experiments that we're doing. I hope when families leave these young people's concerts that they are excited about what they just heard, that they've heard classical music in a different way. We try to bring every resource that we have available to us in the Marine Band to these programs, from the talent of the musicians to the theatrics and the excitement of the concert hall experience. And the goal, of course, is to help people realize just how powerful and just how special music really is.